long race, and we are starting. Oh, we start off with a key at least for Ice Palace.
Yeah, not an absolutely necessary key, but it can make Ice Palace routing a little bit more convenient.
Yeah, it tends to help out a little some spaces. So, what item are you expecting to probably be the trolley item for progression today?
Man, with Key Sanity, it's so hard to tell. Like the last pod small key can be trolley, the last TR small key can be trolley, and of course you got the Ganon's Tower big key. Although with V30, we now have a hint for that somewhere in the world, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Well, we got a bug net. Maybe it's leading to Agaseed. But yeah, I mean, the hints kind of help out. I've seen last couple races I've commentated and tracked. Seems like Ice Rod or Canis Maria, either one of those has been a really trolley item to try to find. It looks like we got Squirtle with, I'm not sure which type of link that one is. I'm not sure if it's Modern Link, which I think it might be.
Yeah, that's Modern Link. That's actually my sprite of choice.
That was what I was using before the addition of extra sprites. So now I'm kind of playing roulette with them. And our first route divergence. We got one going into Lost Woods and one's going to check Lumberjack.
Yeah, with Key Sanity, it's certainly a useful check, but sometimes it can be a little frustrating too because you'll see a mysterious small key or big key on the ledge, and you don't necessarily know if you need that or not. Hahasell picking up a small key to Ganon's Tower, and Osse just finding a rupee on Lumberjack, so he won't be fighting Aghanim, at least for that item.
Yeah, it tends to give you a nice sigh of relief when you see there's nothing but trash on there. You're hoping that you can find your Dark World access you want to do Aghanim just to get around.
Yeah, and as we're coming into Kakariko, just a little bit about our runners. Hahasell is currently 2-2 in his group. Osse is 4-1. I believe this is our second matchup, with Osse winning the first match. So we'll see if Hahasell is able to win the second match. We'll have to see how this plays out. Osse just finding a couple of blue rupees on the tree pool. Useful, but not necessary. We'll see if that gives him enough for the bottle vendor, depending on what items are in these chests here that Hahasell's about to open.
Well, starting out with the pod big key ain't too bad. Now, it looks like there's plenty of money to be found. Only problem is no bombs yet, so hopefully it'll be enough money to be able to buy bombs and get bottom fitter.
Hahasell taking a gamble trying to find some bombs, and unfortunately just not working out for him. Looks like Osse is making that same gamble. We'll have to backtrack to Blind's Hut and to Blind's Hut and to the Kakariko well to bomb that wall.
Yeah, it's always bad when you don't get any bombs to start off because having to backtrack. It's not too bad right now, but it can cost you some time in the future. Well, show a bottle, get a bottle. Well, here's our gloves.
It's one piece of the Dark World puzzle for us. One more glove or hammer, and Moon Pearl will give us Dark World access.
Well, I was hoping with the early bug net that, you know, it might be a swag net Aga fight, but it's not looking like it. I like the times when they got a struggle around. Makes the race a little more interesting to me.
Well, we are seeing kind of a scattered early game. Unfortunately, the lack of bombs early on Ooh, Fire Rod in the Kakariko well. But the lack of bombs is kind of messing with the Kakariko routing just a little bit.
Good thing is, though, there's still plenty of places to locate stuff before you have to even think about Aga.
Yeah, Fire Rod also, if they're not able to find a weapon between now and Mini Moldorm, Fire Rod will make that check a little bit easier if they're able to land some Fire Rod shots.
Can be tricky, but definitely can be done. Been a while since I've seen Fire Rod fight with him. Well, it does not look like that Osse is going to be finding his Fire Rod. Decided to save and quit instead of bombing through the wall in the well.
Yeah, I wonder if that was intentional or if that was an oversight.
Yeah, it's one small spot that he missed, so it might come back to bite him later on if he thinks he got it. Oh, well, there's the book to start us off, so easy Desert Palace access.
Yeah, which I don't know. Key Sanity might be different, but I always hate finding book early. Just because it almost always, it leads you to a desert palace that you can't complete without a fire source anyways. And more often than not, for me, it just never turns out. But we'll see if this seed ends up being different.
Well, luckily, at least for Hahasell, he's already got the Fire Rod, so he's got his fire source, so ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, he's also checking the race game. I think Osse skipped this as well.
Yeah, he skipped this, skipped the library. He just skipped out after checking Vlad's hut.
Skullwood small key. Once again, it can make routing a little bit more convenient, but certainly not necessary.
No, because that's one of the ones you can just fly right through.
Osse making quick work of the Mini Moldorm's bombs.
And to show for it, you got a shield, some money, more money. Oh, there's Quake. Nice getting an early medallion.
Yes, especially if you're able to find all of them, it can really take some of the pressure off trying to figure out if you're in go mode later. Especially if those medallion entrances are crystals.
We got a nice little route diversion going on. We got one in Escape and another one going towards Ice Dry Cave, and we got the map to Swamp and a small key for Turtle Rock and Escape. It's not too bad starting off.
So with the Fire Rod, it would be tight, but technically Desert Palace is possibly full clearable if we don't need the torch item.
And luckily, with 2 bottles, they can actually go ahead and get the magic potion if they need to go ahead and clear it if need to. So
that would be quite a walk to the potion shop, but they do have the option of fake flippering south of Link's house to make that trip a little bit easier on them.
Yeah, if they can't find anything else and need to go in there, I'd say it's worth the trip.
Good point.
I mean, for all we know, this could be a stingy little seed and have all the good weapons in the Dark World or blocked off for now.
And we got a question from chat. Was PED checked? It was not. We got the book at the dam. So they actually have not been to Kakariko with the book yet.
Yeah, it's one thing with Key Sanity. Sometimes there could be a key on the pad.
Ooh, Hahasell making use of the bee.
Bee and Fire Rod. Definitely easy way to get through.
Bee strats are my favorite strats in Mini Moldorm. Got to check on the Hylian Island on the right there from Osse. Looks like there's a map. We may or may not pick that up. One interesting quirk about Key Sanity, we do not know what is a pendant and what is a crystal. In addition to obscuring them on the map, the music for the dungeons have also been shuffled. A couple of things we can do. We can talk to Hahasell. He'll let us know what the green pendant is. We can talk to the bomb vendor to find out what our red crystals are. But beyond that, we have to either find maps or complete the dungeons to figure out what's what.
Yeah, some ways I can make the Key Sanity a little bit longer if you can't find the maps you're looking for.
Hahasell making it to Ice Rod Cave, that was a little scary, and then he gets a mine right in front of the cave. But
it looks like Pod is our green pendant.
Wow. Sahasrara's closet loaded. Osse getting both the hammer and fighter sword in Sahasrara's closet.
That's definitely a good find right there. He's stocking up.
So not only does that give us a weapon, that also is one more piece of the Dark World puzzle. So now we are a moon pearl away from having Dark World access.
The rate they're going, I'm pretty sure they'll probably find it fairly quickly. Might even be up here in Eastern. Or it could be in Desert, and that's why they got the book already.
Yeah, with the sword, Desert is now easily clearable. Granted, it's going to be probably a little slower than you want to do it unless you make it there with a full magic meter. But yeah, Desert is well within logic now. Aside from the torch, which we need the boots for.
Yep, as soon as they find the big key, they can head straight over. The plus side, too, about Key Sanity is you don't necessarily have to worry about it being boots locked. So that's kind of a benefit to it. But then again, it could be something important on the torch, too.
Yeah, and one thing, for those that are just tuning in, you may notice that Hahasell has the fire rod, but Osse does not. That was in the Kakariko well behind the bomb wall. Osse did not have a bomb whenever he dove into the Kakariko well, which neither did Hahasell, but Hahasell went back. So we're still unsure if that was a calculated gamble or if Osse just forgot.
And also the thing about the Key Sanity, yeah, with the hints in version 30, you will get a hint somewhere that tells you where the Ganon Tower big key is. So that's one thing you at least look. That's one reason you need to look for all the hints, unless you just happen to stumble across it.
Coming up on our first hint tile here on the right side, and it is a joke hint. 10th enemy has the bomb. So that doesn't tell us anything useful.
I love those joke hints. Yes, this is Ganon Hard Key Sanity. Open mode, randomized swords.
So far, Eastern Palace not having anything of value, just a map, some bombs, and that's really about it. Osse making his way through the dark rooms. This, of course, being a sequence break, the game would expect you to have a lamp to access this. So Osse is doing this out of sequence. So whatever he finds in this chest, the lamp cannot be behind. To answer some questions in chat, randomized swords in the vanilla game, the uncle gives you a sword. With swords being randomized, that is not the case here. Swords can be literally anywhere in the world. With hard mode, there's quite a few changes to the game. For one, bottles are only half as effective. So I think a red potion only heals like 7 hearts. A green potion only gives you half of your magic back. Cana Burna does not grant invincibility, and your boomerangs cannot stun enemies. There are still 4 swords in the world. However, the highest level we can get is Tempered. So even if we find that 4th sword, we will remain with the Tempered sword. I think that's about it with hard mode. There also are fewer hearts out in the world, like heart pieces, heart containers.
And also the maximum mail you can get is blue mail, and you cannot catch fairies if you find a fairy, you can use it, but you cannot catch fairies in bottles. You cannot use the powder to turn anti-fairies into fairies. They only turn into hearts. And there is fewer heart containers.
It's like Hahasell taking it safe in this room, opting to kill the enemies instead of doing the anti-fairy damage boost. And just getting rewarded with bombs.
Eastern
Osse
was
has only
best.
Yeah, Osse's only found a Ganon's Tower small key and escape so far.
And Cannon Burner is useless except for like Spike Cave. You can still get invincibility in there. And I believe the cape uses twice as much magic.
Correct.
Except for in Spike Cave. They work as normal in Spike Cave.
Yeah, and your bottles are also fully effective in Spike Cave as well, which is a little trick you can do. Burn whatever magic you need to access the chest in Spike Cave and then drink a potion before you leave. And you're able to get the full effect of that potion. Moon Pearl in the bottom of Escape. Looks like Osse is going to death warp out of here. Yep. But that's big. That's Dark World access for us.
Yep, definitely go explore some more. Probably won't be getting near desert, at least till they find the big key.
Osse will make a trip to this dark chest and escape, and I certainly don't blame him.
Oh, and silvers. Silvers you can get, they do not work on any enemies except for Ganon, so they're completely useless, except for fighting Ganon. I think
Lumberjack Cave was a red ruby. Osse is opting to go through toward the back of us. Oh, never mind. I missed what room he was in. Never mind. He picked up an item, but we are unable to see what it was. He paused his menu, but I didn't notice anything.
No, I didn't notice anything different either, so. Nope, looks about the same to me.
Yeah, no, the sword is the same. It's not a medallion. Maybe a bottle, I'm not sure. Looks like he will be entering the Dark World from the south. So he'll have immediate access to Hyde Cave.
And Hahasell is going to follow in his footsteps and go clear out the front of Escape. How hype is Hype Cave going to be today?
Arrows we don't need. A heart piece. Red rupee. Another heart piece. And then actually, small key to swamp is big.
Yeah, they need one small key, and that's the one they needed. So I give probably a 5 out of 10. Just for the key alone. And it looks like we have a crystal on Thieves Town and Skull Woods, and it looked like Swamp was a crystal?
Swamp was a crystal. Oh, so Hahasell, it looks like we got the mushroom. So
Osse went through that menu too quick, so didn't even notice the mushroom.
Well, Hahasell used the fire rod to light the torch, so we were actually able to see what the item was. I wonder if Osse realized he picked it up. I wonder if he noticed that when he paused the menu.
And Hahasell's following again in footsteps, and he's going to go straight and find his Swamp Palace small key. And just a blue rupee on Pyramid Ledge. Not much at all. Maybe a trip to Catfish? Appears to be that way.
Yeah, this is one thing that I kind of love and hate about Key Sanity. Because so many things are randomized in the pool now, a lot of these checks are much more valuable than they would be otherwise. No, I do believe swamp is a crystal.
Yeah. Green pendant was for pod, which we already knew, and we haven't gotten any maps, I don't think, for the light world.
Hahasell doing something that Osse did not. He is talking to the bomb vendor, finding out that the red crystal is Hera and Eastern.
So there's 5 of our crystal dungeons. All we need is 2 more.
Osse did catfish, but I failed to see what was actually gotten off of catfish.
I think it was just 5 rupees is what I think it was. I kind of glanced, but it popped out.
Okay, I do think Osse realized he has a mushroom. I think he's doing a fake flipper to get to the potion shop now. He could just use a bomb to blow himself to the edge of the screen. You got it, just don't swim out. Alright, we're good. Like Hahasell is making that same play up to catfish.
Yeah, like you were saying, that kind of seems like the norm early Dark World for Key Sanity, because you just never know, like he says, you never know with such a large pool of items what's where anymore. Our mushroom today gives us a key for pod, which we'll be finding a few more of those because there are 6 keys, small keys out in the world.
6 keys in total. You can technically full clear pod with 4 keys as long as you know the hammer yump and you're okay using the lobby. You're okay using the bowlock side to access the lobby, although that can be a pain in the neck. You can full clear it completely with 5, relatively easy, as long as you know the hammer yump.
It looks like Osse is going to go up to Death Mountain, get that unlocked. So that's another thing, it's out of logic. Anything that's found up here will be out of logic.
Yeah, you would technically need a lamp or flute to get up here, but depending on if we find either of those items on Death Mountain, it can be telling for what we have access right now. Right now, we could dive Thieves Town, we could dive Skull Woods, we have the Village of Outcasts, we also have Stumpy and the Digging Game. So those are locations that could have our Death Mountain access. So if we find flute or lamp up here, we can kind of draw some conclusions of what might be in the rest of the world.
And speaking of Village of Outcasts, Hahasell's heading right for it. Turtle Rock Compass with the old man today.
Yeah, I like how the devs kind of added value to the compass. Anytime you find the compass in Key Sanity, it will list the item locations while you're in the dungeon and let you know how many of the items you have found. But most runners track that anyways, so compasses are kind of a bust in Key Sanity. It's like Osse is going straight for this hint on Spectacle Rock.
Yes, most people do.
A lot of runners skip, actually.
I've seen a lot of them with Key Sanity. Yeah, with Key Sanity, I've seen a lot just go for it, whether it's 1 green rupee or not. They'll go for it because the Gan Tower big key hint is really worth it a lot sometimes. It looks like just 6 rupees altogether in the chess game.
Yes, this is their second match. Answering question in chat, Osse won the first match. But this is their second match.
And a hint Osse got was that Mimic Cave is only holding a compass, so won't probably need Mimic Cave today. It looks like Osse is now going to head to the race game, see if there's a key and go grab it. There's another pod key.
Okay, so we have some questions about the way the tournament is set up. We have quite I don't know exactly how many groups, but there are groups of 6. Everybody has to face off against everybody in the group 3 times. It is not a best of 3. You have to go up against it 3 times. So this is the second match of the series of 3 for these 2 players.
No, we found the compass for Thieves Town in Thieves Town. I missed it earlier, but only a small heart piece on the library.
We won't be able to do a whole lot more in Thieves Town unless we find a big key here.
And as you can see underneath the rupees and bombs, that's what P-Train was talking about when you find the compass. It tells you how many chests you've opened up. And there is no big key in here.
I'm so happy Osse is going to get his fire rod. He remembered.
That's good for him. That'd been a terrible thing to think you got and forgot about it.
So Thieves Town not having a whole lot of value. At least the front of it.
Nope, time to go do dig game and see what Stumpy's got in store. Let's see how cruel the dig game is going to be. If it's going to make them dig all the way up towards 30, or if it's going to give them a few digs.
Uh-oh, get some pet hype going in chat. It looks like Osse is making a run to see what's on pedestal.
Ooh, the mirror in the dig game.
That is a super convenient place to get that.
That's definitely going to happen. Now you can check K45 on his way through. And just some pocket change on Ped, so Ped is dead.
So Hahasell is going to immediately make use of this mirror. Also, if he decides to sequence break Death Mountain, he will be able to do a lot more than Osse was his first try of the mountain.
And yes, those small heart pieces right now are actually worth a lot since there's less of them in the world.
Yeah, Key Sanity, I kind of talk about Key Sanity. It's a pretty much a hundo. Like, you're going to collect everything you can get your hands on until you're in go mode. The beginning of Key Sanity is often low %, but the ending of Key Sanity, you're almost always decked out with full gear. You almost always have at least blue mail, usually tempered sword, and all kinds of stuff, just because you're going to be checking so many chests looking for items. This isn't like standard where, you know, once you find, 3 items in Eastern, you can skip out on the rest of the dungeon. And Osse finding the big key to Turtle Rock there on the right.
And also, Key Sanity lately, there's been a lot of people doing all dungeons for Key Sanity, because you're pretty much dipping into all dungeons as it is with Key Sanity, so a lot of them just go ahead and go for all dungeons. And we got the Master Sword over in Skull Woods. It's a nice little upgrade.
And Hahasell doing the same fake flipper trick that Osse did to go check on his mushroom.
Surprised they wasn't deciding to try the fake powder glitch.
Well, without the Cane of Samaria, they can't do that yet, and with Key Sanity, you never know how long you're going to wait on those items to show up.
Yeah, so you might as well go ahead and trade it in since you got early. Doesn't make sense.
Also, from Hahasell's perspective, he's got, Desert, Graveyard Ledge, or Sequence Break, Death Mountain. That's all he really has. I mean, he could dip into Pod.
He could also dip into Skull Woods like Osse is doing if he decides to go that route.
Yeah, Skull Woods is, not quite full clearable. We don't have the big key, but we can get the crystal here.
And it looks like Hahasell is going to go ahead and up to Death Mountain.
I will say, this is a super scary fight for Osse. He's only got 4 hearts. 4 hearts, Green Mail Moth is not a position I would envy.
No, not at all. Because it's what, I believe, 2 hits from Mothula, and you're dead?
Yeah, the moth deals 2 hearts, and all the spikes deal 1 heart. And it's going to take 8 Master Sword swings or 8 Fire Rod shots. I just realized Osse has a Master Sword. I'm not quite sure where that was found. I guess he picked that up in Skull Woods.
No, that was in Skull Woods. It was in the party room. I can't think of the mummy's names now for some reason. The good thing is, Osse did get that red potion, so that will help out as long as he can stay away from Mothula.
So with spin attacks, it's going to take 4 spin attacks.
I believe he has 1 more left, and there it is.
Wow, that's an excellent fight.
Yeah, that was a great fight. And sadly, Hahasell can only check the tablet over here, but Osse, he'll be able to actually pull it if there's only a little heart piece. Gibdos, thank you, chat. For some reason, their name just escaped my mind. Yes, the Master Sword was in the Gibdo room. The one with the 4 pass. Oh, look, we got the big key for Hera right there, so it works.
Yeah, that's really convenient on Hahasell's place. Both the big key and small key of Hera can be kind of trolly.
The only thing is, since we don't have the small key, is if something's important is in the basement. Oh, look, there's our powder. Oh, Desert Palace has the Ganon Tower big key.
That is super useful knowledge.
It's a good thing
Especially
we got
because
the
we have the book there. There's a good chance we can go ahead and pick that up right now. It would be funny if it was on the torch.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's probably going to be on the torch. Well, at least that tip or hint is not an out-of-way spot, so Osse should see it later on.
Hahasell going into his Moldorm fight should be a fairly easy fight with Hammer. Hopefully we won't see any falls.
Yep, nice clean fight.
Oh, there's another sword.
Oh, now we know how to get Tempered Sword already.
Yeah, so Hahasell will find Tempered Sword in Skull Woods. Osse will find Tempered Sword in Hera, and that will be our last sword upgrade of this game. I mean, we might find another sword, but Tempered's going to be as high as we get with hard mode. So Hahasell's going to check the rest of Death Mountain. It's worth noting that all of this is out of sequence. We have not found the lamp or the flute yet.
Then we got a small key on the floating island, so that'll most likely be checked later on. And after our long walk through Spiral Cave, let's see what we got. Hook shot.
Wow.
That's a nice find.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't open up too much more for us yet.
No, but it is a stun for them if they need it. Here comes our next 7 items. Boomerang and another bottle. Already up to 3 bottles. Boomerang already coming in handy. Oh, it's the Eastern Palace big key. Now all we gotta do is find the bow.
And the lamp.
Another pod small key. No, you don't really necessarily need a lamp because you got the fire rod, so that'll help out with the dark room.
I'm seeing in chat discussion about expert difficulty. Expert will not be an option until brackets. So right now, what's left? We can access 1 item in Logic in Aga Tower. We have Desert. We can now access the big chest. We still have Graveyard Ledge. I don't think either runner's checked Zora yet. We're kind of running out of locations to check, and I'm a bit surprised that Desert has been put off for as long as it has. Hahasell's probably making a play on Skull Woods right now.
Yeah, Gina might actually have something this time.
Yeah, I know a lot of Key Sanity players will actually split up the South Shore. When they head to the South Shore, they'll immediately go to Mini Moldorm and Ice Rod Cave, then come back and do Dam and Agina, specifically in Key Sanity, just because the odds of Agina having something worth the value is so much greater. Hahasell probably wanted to avoid the four-heart Mothula fight, and I certainly don't blame him.
Nazi's gonna go ahead and check the Bombo's tablet and might just head on into Agina while he's over here. Then in the desert. And only 20 rupees on Bombos.
Uh-oh, Hahasell is about to learn very quickly that boomerangs don't work in hard mode.
Nope, might want to pull out your hook shot.
Not on a Gibdo. Hook shots don't work on Gibdos.
That's right.
The best option you would have... I don't know if Quake works on them or not. Oh, no, we got Wall Mastered.
Nope,
yeah, I don't know if Quake works on them, but you really don't have a whole lot of options for dealing with them right now.
And you pull out that fire rod on them, that's about it. Or you just stay there and slash them away.
I think 4 spin attacks from the Master Sword would get him.
Second death in that, or actually his first death, that's right. Wallmaster got him.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be too quick to fire rod him. Just seeing some comments in chat, because you don't have a whole lot of magic, although there is a, now that I think about it, there is a full magic refill behind the bombable wall in the next room.
Definitely make this room a little bit easier. And Osse opting not to go into desert at this time.
I wonder why they're avoiding desert.
I mean, there's what, one chest they can get to right away. They can get the hint. They can see what's on the hint or the torch. They can actually go ahead and kill the boss too. No, you do need the big key to get to the boss. So no, you
I just realized that they don't have any keys, and I forgot this is Key Sanity. So yeah. It actually makes a little bit more sense that they're putting off desert now.
Yeah, there's only one item they can get and only one to check and a hint. That's all they can do. Well, we already know this is just going to be a piece of heart for Osse.
So unfortunately, with Hahasell doing the back of Skullwoods first, he is not going to get his tempered.
To answer your question, chat, no, the medallions do not cost extra magic in hard mode. They cost the same amount.
Yeah, another interesting thing about Keysanity, I'm seeing both runners going out of their way to pick up the 50 rupee drops and things like that. In standard and open, typically you wouldn't focus on those items so much, but in Keysanity, money can be very hard to come by. It's not odd to see runners setting up a hula hand trick and going out of their way for some of those smaller rupee drops.
Especially when you got to save up 500 just to use for Zora, the ripoff artist. And that's another thing. We've seen him fake flipper to get to the witch's shop, but we have not seen him fake flipper up to Zora yet. Because with the Boom Pro, they can get those 2 chests.
True, but that's a long walk to set up that fake flipper. It's a long walk to sequence break, too. Keysanity, sometimes sequence breaks can be a little nasty if you don't keep up with the logic. Because you find a key when you're looking for an item, but you don't realize what sphere you're in because the way the item's laid out, it can really get out of hand quickly.
And there's a 3rd crystal for Hahasell. Osse about to get his 2nd crystal.
I think that was Hahasell's 2nd crystal. He only has Hera and Skullwoods now.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
And Osse taking a drop to Moldorm. Both runners should, oddly enough, be picking up Tempered very quickly.
Yeah, Osse will be getting it right now. And Hahasell, if once he leaves here, goes into the other section, he should be picking it up.
So, kind of interesting. I think once Osse finishes up his Death Mountain checks and Hahasell makes a trip down to Desert, I think our runners are going to be just about in sync.
There's not much else for either one to go to.
Yeah, I don't remember. Did Osse check Agina or the Desert Ledge?
Now, you check Desert Ledge, it's just a compass. And Agina had 10 arrows. Now
Gotcha.
Both runners have their tempered sword. Yes, the bot chooses the 3rd seed for the hump. They each have a veto they can use on it for one of the specs options. Sorry.
Yeah, the higher seed player can determine who vetoes first, and then both players can veto an option.
That could either be a blessing or it could be a curse, because you veto an option, both of y'all do it, it actually come back harder. Or it can come back easier, one or the other.
Yeah, I scheduled my first game 3. I did not want swordless. My opponent did not want retro, so the bot said, okay, have fun with hard inverted mode.
Yeah, there's one didn't want retro and the other one didn't want something, so they ended up getting the boss shuffle randomizers on it, hard mode. I think it was swordless as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was swordless because they were struggling with the hammer Aga. It was all dungeons too. So, but this Aga 2, they were struggling so hard with that Aga 2 on hammer.
Hahasell giving us a look at Graveyard Ledge. Unfortunately, just bombs, so we don't really have a whole lot of options left. At this point, you either dive desert or you dive pod, I believe.
Yeah, pod. They each have 3 keys, so they can get through the dark maze and to the back. And Osse might be heading that way. And Hahasell looks like they're going to be making that play as well.
Yeah, we do have access to the big chest in Eastern Palace, but that's a long walk for just one item.
Yeah. Probably going to be something they wait until they get the bow to complete it. Unless, of course, it is a bow.
That would just be cruel.
Yeah, have the vanilla bow there.
I guarantee you, if this was me running, the big chest in Eastern would probably be one of my last locations.
Yep, unless you find that bow to clear it out, that's something you just don't want to go for just one item.
So I think Osse does have a potion if he wants to potion glitch into pod, but
yes,
I don't know if you would want to
it.
do that in Key Sanity though, because sequence breaks in Key Sanity can get real nasty depending on what you find. Like sequence breaking the lamp is one thing, but once you start sequence breaking keys and items, it can get really convoluted trying to follow the logic.
Yep, they're definitely syncing up now.
I'm trying to think. I know we found at least one small key to pod on Death Mountain, which is currently Sequence Pro. So I don't know how much of this is actually in logic. Looks like he is making a play to the Bowlock side. So just in case he sets up the potion glitch here, the way this works, this is currently a super tile. So what is loaded? This screen, the screen to the left, and both, these screens. This comprises 4 screens. So all of these enemies are loaded. So to actually unlock the game and defeat all enemies, you would have to defeat every enemy in every tile. So instead, what he's going to do is he's going to manipulate the camera to where all the enemies are off screen. This is how the game triggers the door opening, because the enemies have to be off screen. If you actually had to kill all the enemies in the room, you would have to kill all enemies on the super tile. So the game said, no, that's dumb. Instead, if there are no enemies on the screen, just unlock the door. So we manipulate the camera to make that a little bit easier. What that basically allows us to do is to check these 2 chests without needing the bow.
The hint that he got too was one of the chests in the pyramid with the big bomb is going to be some cash.
Unfortunately, we only found, I say fortunately, I'm sure he's probably disappointed, but we only found the map to Tower Hera and a heart piece over here. So we don't have to worry about keeping track of any convoluted sequence breaks.
Fire rod definitely coming in handy. Well, there's our Thieves Town small key.
That's actually really convenient because we know we need the big key, and being able to clear that big chest while you're in Thieves Town is a huge blessing. Looks like we are getting a hammer jump from Hahasell.
using the pause buffer is nice. It's also real nice when you see someone come along and just do the hammer jump first try, second try without even using a pause buffer.
Yeah, unfortunately, because he came from the top, he's not able to just reset the room. This is all part of the same super tile. So if he walks into the turtle room, the bridge is actually still collapsing. He has to leave the super tile for the bridge to reset. Osse, it looks like he's making a decision as to whether or not he wants to burn the key for this item or not. If I were Osse, I probably would have gone through the door at the south so I could come up from the south. Hahasell getting his bomb jump, though, and being rewarded with a cape.
Oh, the cape, that actually opens up Spike Cave for him.
Osse missing his hammer jump, too. He will have to leave the super tile.
And 1 frame perfect jump is bad enough, but 2 frame perfect jump, or a 2 frame perfect jump is very difficult to do. You line up in 2 pixels perfect.
Looks like Hahasell is now heading to the Bowlock side to do his potion glitch. So I talked about how it works. I didn't exactly talk about how you set it up. The setup is really easy. You simply, like, while you're moving to the left in this room down here, you want to drink the potion before the camera locks on the right side. I'm sorry, on the left side. And you have to make... I hope he bombs the wall first. Yeah, I think he messed it up. So what happened there, he went too far right. And now the... Okay, yeah, he damaged himself. So yeah, he moved too far right so the camera locked, so he had to reset it. So now he's got to drink another potion. He's trying to get through the door, but he doesn't want to lock the camera. Oh, he missed it. So it can be kind of finicky. Getting into that door without going too far right and locking the camera can be a challenge. He's probably kind of kicking himself for not bombing that wall first. Oh, chat bringing up a good point that he wasn't moving when he drank his potion. Looks like Osse is making a play to this Eastern Palace big chest. This could be big. Hahasell, meanwhile, is making a play to... I have to imagine at this point he's going to dive desert. Like, we really don't have a whole lot more open to us right now. And just a heart piece, so unfortunately not really paying off. So it looks like at this point, Desert's going to be the play. At this point, what we have open to us in Logic, Desert Palace, we have 1 chest in Castle Tower we can access, and I believe that's it. Osse, it looks like he might be going over to set a fake flipper up to Zora. They haven't done Zora yet, but without the flippers, the only location up there that is in Logic is Zora himself. Waterfall Fairy, Zora Ledge, all of those are out of Logic.
And I am back. I have a bit of a power surge. Don't look like I really missed anything, though.
Osse went to Eastern and found a piece of heart in the big chest.
And there's a King of Samaria. Sitting there in the free chest that they've had access to since the beginning.
But unfortunately, it doesn't open up a whole lot. At least not yet. Some arrows is underwater, so that either means the waterfall cave or in swamp. Hahasell's going back here to land mode, but he doesn't have the big key, does he?
No, he never picked it up.
Oh, he's stealing a key from Desert. Okay.
You don't see this too often.
Yeah, Logic accounts for this, so he can't lock himself out of Desert. But still, this can be a risky play because it may be that the small key to Desert isn't required to complete the seed. But if Landmo is required, then we can all of a sudden turn this seed into a situation where that small key is now required. And it looks like Osse finding the Thieves Town big key in the waterfall. That's a big one. So both players coming up big in their own right.
Let's see if Zora's actually going to be nice this time. Oh, there's the...
Oh, vanilla flippers!
Well...
So that brings Osse into Logic with all those sequence breaks. That is huge. I don't know why I say I don't know when Hahasell's going to do that. It looks like he's immediately doing that right now, actually. So Vanilla Flippers puts Swamp Palace in Logic.
And it looks like Osse's going right for it, too. Only thing he won't be able to open up is the big chest, but everything else is open to him now.
And just to kind of answer a comment in chat, yes, the Desert Palace small key will always be accessible in a seed. But there was trash on that side. So if Desert Palace is a pendant, once Osse finds the Desert Palace big key, he can clear Desert Palace. However, Hahasell, now in addition to finding the Desert Palace big key, he will also be required to find the Desert Palace small key, which Osse will not necessarily need to be able to do. We do know that the Ganon's Tower big key is going to be either in the big chest to Desert Palace or on land mode, but it doesn't look like the right side of Desert was required.
Green pendant appears to be dead. Look, if I read it right, it says some cash is with the green pendant. I might have read it wrong, but I think it said cash. Yep, some cash requires a green pendant. Thank you, Fluffy. Well, there's the Thieves Town big key. Missed that one on Osse's part.
Yeah, we found a hint that said the Ganon's big key is in Desert, but without the big key, we can't check the big chest or land mode. Hahasell stole a key to check the right side, but that did not have the Ganon's Tower big key. If it had the Ganon's Tower big key, that play would have worked out huge for Hahasell, but right now, if Desert turns out to be a crystal, that could be very dangerous for Hahasell because he now has to find the small key, whereas Osse does not, at least as of now.
And Hahasell didn't get the flippers because did not have enough money.
Oh no!
So he had to save and quit. So if there's anything big in Swamp, besides it being a crystal, it's going to put Hahasell behind a little bit till he gets up to Zora.
He does have the Thieves Town big key though, so I don't know. It depends on. He's only going to get so far before he's bottlenecked to Zora.
I would say we're going to get the magic bat check.
I mean, unless Thieves Town is just rolling in items.
Oh, magic bat, magic bat. Do you have anything good for us today? Oh, Bombos. I'd say that's pretty good.
Question in chat about the Swamp Small Key. That was in Hype Cave. That was the only thing of worth in Hype Cave.
Yeah, the only other thing was just some money and small heart pieces. So now, actually finding the Bombos, that'll help out with Ice Palace. Of course, I know there's been so many times that there seems to be something of important inside the big chest.
Yeah, it will help with Cold Stare, but that's still out of logic for Hahasell because he doesn't have the loopers yet. And also, we're missing Mitts.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Pad check. Pad is dead. Pad was just some cash.
It's like Hahasell is making that Thieves Town play, which is about the only thing he has available to him right now.
On the left side of Swamp, not holding anything fruitful. But still, definitely worth the check.
So Osse will have to abandon the big chest for now because we do not have the big key, but fortunately the rest of the dungeon is completable.
Unless they happen to get lucky like with Tower of Hera, the big key happens to be in here. I don't see that happening twice.
I'm going to remember you said that until we get done with Swamp Palace.
I'll remember it too. Especially if I end up eating my words because of it.
So this is interesting. We have not seen either of these locations yet, so this is brand new information for both of our runners. So we'll see who comes out ahead. I'm kind of hoping that there's not much in Thieves Town because I want Hahasell to get those flippers as soon as possible.
Well, so far, there's 2 blue rupees for Osse. Oh,
there's Ether. So now between the two of our runners, we have all medallions, so that shouldn't be an issue. Got another small key to Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock small keys can be valuable. 3 keys is a dubious situation to be in, but 4 keys are to have all the keys to Turtle Rock. You're in good shape. In Key Sanity, there's one chest in particular that's very contentious in Turtle Rock, and that is the lava chest because you have to burn a small key to get it. But it's not guaranteed to have anything. So it's kind of like the situation Hahasell's in with the Desert Palace small key. If you check that chest, you might be required to find a key that you otherwise wouldn't be required to find.
And honestly, making very quick work of Argus. And rewarded with the flute. Well, that's definitely a good little find.
So I'm trying to think. I believe that puts us back in logic now, because that gives us Death Mountain access.
Yep.
But oh well, there's Lamp, so we're back in logic that way too. So Lamp does give us access to the second item in Agate Tower right now, because we do have one Castle Tower key. Flute doesn't unlock anything for us right now. So I'm thinking the idea that Agate's Tower is hot with some kind of progression, that might actually be a thing. Unless Blind drops something useful here.
Once Hahasell gets the flippers, they'll both be in complete full logic.
Osse about to get Bombos, and we're about to see very shortly what Blind's holding.
And there's a Titan mix.
Wow. Okay.
We had good thing on both of those bosses. Well,
so that's
Ice
kind of dangerous. Yeah, that's kind of dangerous news for Hahasell because, well, I don't know. Without that gives him the blacksmith chain, whereas Osse might opt to dive Misery Mire or Ice Palace right now.
And it opens up more. It opens up Dark Death Mountain too for Hahasell. And having that lamp just puts Dark Death Mountain in logic now. And yes, this is hard mode key sanity. Looks like Hahasell's gonna go make the Aga play.
Yeah, this can be a valuable play. A lot of people who aren't familiar with Key Sanity often forget that Aga's Tower actually has 2 unique items in it, because the keys are randomized throughout the world.
And I believe Osse is now heading to finish up Thieves Town, so he'll be getting his mitts here soon. Another Ganon Tower small key.
No, you can go up. You had access to one more item. So Hahasell saving and quitting, not going to get the item out of the Dark Maze.
So now he's avoiding that. He's avoiding Zora as well. So that's just gonna put off Skull or Swamp a little bit longer. And I just keep the flute out of his hands for a little bit until they get down to Zora.
Yeah, there's part of me that wants to say it's just one chest. How bad can it be? But you could say the same thing about Zora too.
Yeah. Yes, Key Sanity, one chest can be game changing.
I don't remember exactly where the Aga Tower key was. I know it was super early. Get to see what medallion Turtle Rock is.
It's the one he doesn't have.
Yeah, Ether is in Swamp Palace, which Hahasell can't get to because he doesn't have the vanilla flippers from Zora.
So that's going to put Turtle Rock off for a while.
Which honestly might be a good thing for Hahasell.
It just might be.
I mean, he needs to go back to those flippers, and every progression item he finds pulls him away from those flippers. The hint says Dodagano dislikes smoke.
And if Hahasell remembers about the small key on the floating island, we'll be able to see what that small key is for.
Seem to have a discussion going on in chat. We're not sure that we actually have the Aga Tower small key or not.
Well, no, according to the tracker, they each only have one castle tower key.
We'll see. There will be a menu here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where the castle tower is on the pause menu.
Oh, there's another pod key.
Pod.
So that opens up the back of pod now. Just gotta get the bow to be able to clear it.
So when Osse gets the mitts here, he's going to have a lot open to him. He can do ice if he wants. He can dive into Mire, although we don't have the Cane of Samaria yet. Also, he can come up here and do Dark Death Mountain. And he can actually access Turtle Rock. Well, yeah, he can access Turtle Rock if he does need the cane out of Desert, though.
Spike Cave only had some bombs.
Bombs and the peace of mind knowing that you will never have to come back to this crappy location again. Looks like Osse is opting to check Blacksmith. With regards to who is in the lead, it's a bit difficult to tell. Hahasell has the Cane of Samaria, which was in Desert, and Osse has not been to Desert yet. Hahasell also stole a key to Desert, so depending on how things work out, he might have to search for that, whereas Osse will not. Osse has flippers, which were Vanilla Zora. Hahasell made a trip up to Zora, but did not have the money for it.
He's going right now.
Yeah, the good for Hahasell. So yeah, this makes it pretty close at this point.
Yeah, as of right now, even though Osse has one extra crystal, it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, really, it depends. I mean, I have to imagine Hahasell's going to go directly to Swamp after this. I don't know. He might go to Ice Palace, but one of those plays. Flute was on Argus. So it's a matter of, that's really the difference between Hahasell and Osse right now.
I don't see him going to Ice Palace just yet. I think he might go ahead and dip in the swamp. Because he knows that's... Yeah, he won't get the big chest, but won't get out of Ice Palace either. So yeah, actually, both of them have almost about the same amount of items.
He probably will not pick up the map just because, I mean, it could be useful, but it also could be one of the green pendants or red crystals, which would be useless for us. So I wouldn't see Hahasell going out of his way to get the map. I say that as Hahasell goes out of his way to get the map. So
commentator's curse. And Osse's gonna go check the cemetery ledge. And Misery Mire, so that's actually one we don't know.
Yeah, that is new information for us. I think Hahasell is about to make a play on Swamp right now.
Yeah. Let's see what we get for turning in the lunchbox today. Because I don't remember seeing a hint with that one.
If Osse uses this to chain up desert, well, no, probably not. He'll probably flute somewhere after this. Never mind.
Oh, only 20 rupees. Ah, there you go again. Oh, okay. I thought he was actually going to go that way. Oh, look, he is.
Yeah, I mean, he can either mirror and do desert, or he can dive into Mr. Mire right now. Although he doesn't have Cane, so I don't know. This will be actually convenient routing for Osse if he mirrors and gets his Cane before diving Mr. Mire.
Doesn't have bombos, so if Mire is bombos, it won't be able to get into it.
Where was Bombos? I was thinking it was a Magic Bat, which I thought Osse checked.
He did check the bat. Okay, he does have bombos. And he is in desert.
So we will see if Osse elects to steal a key. I don't like the strategy of stealing a key, but at the same time, I understand why both runners might be inclined to do it, knowing that the Gannis Tower big key is somewhere here.
Yeah, but not having either of the big key or the small key kind of makes it more of a tough decision.
Oh, he thought about it.
Yeah, he come close. No, we get to see our first look at the checkerboard. Only 10 arrows.
So Hahasell will probably full clear Swamp, but the only thing out of value he's going to get Ether out of the waterfall chest, and he's going to get Flute from Argus.
And we are not taking a dip into Mire. Like Osse's going to head over to east side Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, you don't have any small keys for Mire, although I think you can usually make do with the keys that are in the dungeon.
Yeah, you can actually get all the items without any extra keys, so...
I will be interested to see if Osse dives Turtle Rock, and if so, how deep he goes into it. With 2 small keys, I think he can get to the lava chest. I'm not sure if he will opt to check it, though. I think he needs 1 more key to full clear the dungeon, though.
And if he remembers the hint, there's no point to go on Mimic Cave. I'm sure he'll at least open it either way it goes. But also the logic is pointing them in this direction, so there could be something useful within the first couple chests.
Yeah, you can check Lava Island with 2 keys, but the issue with Lava Island is that you're burning a key to check 1 chest, whereas you could keep that key so that you can full clear Turtle Rock with 1 less small key. I believe the meta is usually to skip the lava chest until you find that 4th key, but we'll see what Osse does. Some runners will actually save and quit before diving Turtle Rock just so they can hard reset in the case that lava chest is a bust. He said logic will put that key somewhere, though, so we know it's somewhere out in the world. We know it's going to be collectible. It's just it can really add a lot of unnecessary routing into your seed, depending on what's in that chest and where those small keys are. I think there was a kind of a really popular match last Key Sanity tournament where it was Christos Owen versus Jet 82, where Christos Owen checked the lava chest, and the last Turtle Rock key was on pedestal. So he turned his seed into a pedestal because he opened up that lava chest.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, lava chest only had like a piece of heart, so it was completely unnecessary. Hahasell getting his ether.
Yes, now both runners have all 3 medallions.
Some cash requires the hammer. Thank you very much, Hint. So once Hahasell clears this dungeon, if he skips Blacksmith, he can actually make up a lot of time here. We got the big key to Ice Palace at Turtle Rock.
Now it'll be worth going into the Ice Palace.
Yeah, that makes Ice Palace actually full clearable. Like, we can get everything. Alright, so here's a major decision point for Hahasell. Where do you go at this point? I feel like he's got to know he's behind because he had to make 2 trips up to the Zora area. Or even if he doesn't know he's behind, he's got to suspect that his opponent was able to do that the first trip up there.
And there's the Swamp Palace Big Key in Turtle Rock.
Ooh, that's dicey. Do you go back for it or not? Because that's also a long check.
I personally would kind of hold off on it for a little bit until you're kind of in it stuck, not finding anything. But at the same time, if something is there, it'd be a big miss.
Hahasell's going to pick up another map here on like Hylia Island. The map of Ganon's Tower.
Oh, now we know which if it's a crystal or a pennant.
Yeah, I guess now we know if it's required or not.
Okay, Momo Truth for Osse. He's out of keys. Is he going to keep going to that single chest, or is he going to take the key and run?
I would take the key and run. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
It's just too risky to open up that chest right now.
Yeah, because Laser Bridge has more items on it, so it's more of a check.
We'll see if he remembers the hint about Mimic Cave. Having a little bit of issues with the Hokaboke in there, just kind of getting away from him.
So far, the only thing of worth, well, we don't know if it's actually worth anything yet, is the big, Swamp Palace Big Key in Turtle Rock. Yep, he remembered it. Didn't switch out to his mirror.
It looks like Hahasell is making a move for the blacksmiths. Unfortunately, I don't think this had anything of value.
Nope, just 5 rupees.
Obviously not happy with his 10 arrow pickup. So even if we find Ice Rod here, we will not be able to make it to, ooh, careful. Oh, Cape uses twice as much. Okay, he remembered. Good on Osse. I'm glad he's taking the safety here. That would have been a very punishing death for him. He does have Cape, but this is hard mode, so Cape uses twice as much magic. Small key to Meyer. Cane of Burna, which does not grant invincibility, except in Spike Cave. Small key to Ice. Oh, and he got sniped by a laser. Luckily, he took the safety door, so not much time lost here.
Did that just sink through the floor?
What?
The red enemy right there. I can't think of its name.
I missed it.
Osse slapped it to go off the edge, but it looked like it was right in the center of the floor and went right through the floor.
So right now, Osse has the option to go do... You gotta buy more potions than just one. Osse has the option to do the Swamp Palace big chest. Other than that, I think Meyer's really the only thing we have open to us right now.
Oh, now we're gonna get our Meyer check. It was Quake. And we're also going to be getting the Ice Palace check too.
Yeah, I think I like the Ice Palace play. Ooh.
I missed the hint. What did it say?
A unique item is in Misery Mire.
Oh, and look who's in Misery Mire right now. So
what a twist.
Yeah, both new areas we haven't seen yet. The hint just really played into the hands of Hahasell. But the unique item can also be something like the shovel, the bug net, something like that.
Well, I think we found the bug net. I think we've also found the single arrow.
We haven't found the shovel.
Burna.
Shovel could lead to something good though. It could be ice rod, silvers, bow, boots. No, the boots has a specific hint for it. That's right.
No, it could be something unique. Can be boots. It doesn't have to explicitly say boots for it to be a boots hint.
Then guess we'll see what interesting or unique item we have in here. It is the boots.
Alrighty, that's good for Hahasell.
That's a bit of a game changer.
I don't think Osse's going to lose too much time to that, unless he finds something in Ice Palace that just leads him on, you know, across the world somewhere.
And that hint he just got said some money is held by someone friendly. I'm guessing that's Hahasell because the green pennant is required for money, so that kind of knocks him out completely.
Yeah, I think Catfish gave a blue rupee too, so it could have been that.
Yeah. Oh, and Stumpy did too, actually. So Oh, all of them. Oh, we got silvers in here as well.
Everybody in Hyrule is making it rain.
Library was just a heart piece.
Ped hasn't been checked. It was pocket change. Looks like Hahasell also found silvers in Mire. I believe Mire is in Logic right now. I don't know why I wouldn't be. We found both flute and lamp, so everything on Death Mountain has been brought into sequence.
Mr. Meyer hint says some cash in his shield is fire locked.
Getting a bomb jump from Osse here. Really good to know your Ice Palace variations. There are many different ways you can route this dungeon depending on what keys you have available to you. Ooh, we got an Ice Rod on Hahasell's side. So, Meyer paying out big. We got silvers, Ice Rod, and what else? And the boots.
So yeah, it was definitely stacked Meyer.
Unfortunately, you still need one more small key before you're able to full clear Turtle Rock.
Well, we can see what's in the King's Tombs now.
One thing to keep in mind about Hahasell, he did steal a key to Desert, so we don't really know. Oh wait, we did. We found out the Desert was a pendant. All right, so that might actually work out for Hahasell. Well, actually, we still need to find that big key. If the Ganon's Tower big key is on Lamo, we know because of a hint that the Ganon's Tower big key is in Desert. If the Ganon's Tower big key is on Lamo, that could be really bad for Hahasell because he stole a Desert Palace big key, or he stole a small.
Well, you know the big key's going to be required for the Ganon Tower key either way because only thing left to check is the big chest and Limos.
Yeah, if it's in the big chest, that's good for Hahasell. The right side, stealing a key didn't pay off one way or the other. But if the big key is on land mode, that could be really bad for Hahasell because he will have to find the Desert Palace small key that's been shuffled. Looks like Ice Palace was a pendant.
He just got the small key though.
Oh, well, that's really good for Hahasell.
All he needs is the big key.
Yeah, then Hahasell's golden then. So the stealing a key didn't necessarily work out for him, but it's not going to come back to bite him.
Well, Osse's definitely going straight to Mr. Meyer to see what the unique item is. And he's going to find a few of them.
Yeah, this is good for Osse, so he's not going to be too far behind with the boots. Really, all Hahasell's going to get on him is being able to do Ice Palace with boots, which isn't a huge time save. I mean, I'd rather do it with boots than without boots, but it could have been much worse for Osse.
No, he's checking desert first. He's gonna find out there's not really anything interesting on the right side, though.
So to answer a question in chat, I believe in Key Sanity there is a guaranteed boots hint, and there is also a guaranteed Ganon's Tower big key hint. The unique item in Mire could definitely be the boots required hint. It probably was. But there were also many other unique items. The silver arrows, ice rod, were both in Mire as well. So
I'm beginning
we don't know.
Beginning to wonder because I'm thinking back to other key sayings I've seen. I think the Gantar big key takes over the boots hint because the specific boots hits in the other seeds. But I don't recall really seeing it in Key Sanity for it specifically saying boots.
I thought so as well, but I'm not near confident enough to, declare it as, gospel truth on stream.
Yeah,
I think Key Sanity has a guaranteed Ganon's Tower big key. I'm not sure about the boots yet. Osse making quick work of Mire too with those sword beams. Really well executed there. So earlier I heard chat say that Hahasell found the Desert Palace small key, but I'm seeing it tracked on Oz.
No, it was
in
backwards. It's in Ice Palace. It was backwards.
Oh, okay. All right, well, he'll be getting it shortly anyways. We got our 5th key to pod, which means it is full clearable now once we find the bow. Both of our runners did do the hammer jump. Oh wow, thanks Vitor, that's really helpful. So to confirm, Boots hint is in all modes. Key Sanity just has the added Ganon's Tower big key.
Oh, there we go.
And there's that small key to Desert Palace, so Hahasell is probably breathing much easier now.
And Osse's going to find his silvers. Hasn't made his way to the boots yet.
Yeah, it looks like the way he routed it. Boots are going to be one of the last chests he opens. I mean, honestly, though, this routing makes sense because if you find big key or something over here, you can just go straight up to Demetrius.
Well, they can clear pod as soon as they find the bow.
Yeah, at this point, I'm trying to figure out what they have left. I mean, we've already dove Turtle Rock.
The other castle tower key has to be found somewhere.
I wonder if it's actually the big chest in Swamp.
You know, it's possible because they both got the big key for it, but they haven't been to it. Or no, Hahasell doesn't have the big key for Swamp yet.
Pyramid Fairy can't have bow because Eastern Palace is a red crystal. And we don't have access to the Hera basement yet. They're skipping Vitreous because we do not have a big key.
Actually, Osse has a small key for Tower of Hera, so Osse can get to the basement.
Oh, okay.
I almost didn't see it there next to the big key symbol, but yeah. So we got this basement of Hera. We got Swamp Big Key. Both Osse has. Did we see Bonk Rocks from Hahasell yet?
We did. It wasn't anything important. And chat bringing up an interesting logic chain that I forgot about. The big key, so the small key to Hera was in the Ice Palace big chest, which Osse could access because he got the Ice Palace big key out of Turtle Rock. So if the Hera basement is useful, that could be bad for Hahasell.
Yeah, and that's right. The Swamp Palace big key was also in Turtle Rock. So either of those two, which Hahasell appears to be going over towards Turtle Rock right now. Which probably because I don't think there's anything left for Hahasell to look for.
I think Osse might be making a play to the Swamp Palace big chest. Man, I'm trying to think of the trolliest item that could be here.
Bow.
I'm thinking Turtle Rock small key.
Nah, shovel. The shovel would be good. But if there's anything in Swamp, Hahasell will be able to get it after Turtle Rock. But if there's nothing in the Swamp big chest, but there's something in the basement of Hera, Hahasell will have to go back through Ice Palace to the big chest just to be able to get to the basement of Hera. So it's kind of interesting right now to see which way it's going to go. Because as of right now, the boots wasn't locking anything, so... And I can see why Osse's doing this chest over the basement of Hera, because you have to wait for the tower room. This one's a quicker check. Oh, it's a small key to Turtle Rock.
Called it.
Now, so do you go for the chest or do you complete it?
I mean, we know Turtle Rock is a crystal. You might as well clear it and hope that there's some kind of progression on Trinex. Unless you want to hold off and hope that you can clear Turtle Rock and go straight into Ganon's Tower. But that's a tough call.
I would probably go through Tower of Hera first.
Oh yeah, I mean I would hit Tower of Hera on my way to Turtle Rock, but hands down though, I would be heading that direction right now. Which I feel like Osse's already made the decision here, but he could open up that lava chest if he wanted to be real risky. But that would require him to find the 4th Turtle Rock key.
He doesn't have any keys for Castle Tower, so he can't get too far in here.
Man, this is exciting. There are just so many one-off locations, and you're basically flipping a coin at this point. Let's see, getting dead rock.
He's pretty much got 2 choices now. 3 choices. Hera basement, the lava chest, and Turtle Rock, or Trinex.
I mean, I think if you're doing Turtle Rock, you got to do Trinex. Like you have the ice rod, like there's you got to do Trinex.
Yeah, because you can do. Yeah, either way it goes, he can do 2 choices or 2 options of them. Because either way, he can still get the Hera basement.
We now have a memory check for Hahasell coming up too to see if he remembers that the compass is in Mimic Cave.
Nope, he does not remember. Yes, they did the pod big chest.
Chat bringing up a good point as well. With the extra pod key, we can access the vanilla big key chest in pod. The runners couldn't do that when they were there because they were a key short.
So right now we're waiting for the bow and the Meyer big key to be in go mode. Because you take care of Trinex right now. No, can't be go mode till you get the Cannon Tower key too, so you have to go through desert to get it.
Yeah, right now I think we need the Misery Mire big key. We need the Desert Palace big key. And
Cannon Tower big key.
Well, we know that's in desert. So once we get the desert big key, we know where Ganon's Tower big key is. Hahasell running a little low on health. I hope he remembers that, this is hard mode.
And yes, the cape is in logic.
Yeah, but I hope he remembers that the cape uses twice the magic.
Yeah. So far, so good with it.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Take the safety door, please. Oh, gosh.
Oh, thought it was, yep, he's going for it. Smart move.
Oh, man.
Now,
what was the third Turtle Rock key that Hahasell didn't have it?
Swamp Palace big chest.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man, he's going to be so annoyed right now. This is going to be horrible for him.
Alright, moment of truth. What does Shremex have?
For Hahasell's sake, I hope it's bow. Or some kind of progression.
Oh, big key. Misery Mire.
Alright, we continue to connect the dots.
Now what is Vitreous holding? Or would you go to Tower of Hera since you're already up here? Go to the basement.
Yeah, while you're up here, I think you definitely go to Tower of Hera.
Nah, I don't think. Nope. Gonna flute back down and go to Mire. For all we know, the other Turtle Rock small key could be on Vitreous. Wouldn't that be something? This seed is really, it's really making them have to go back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, and also Hahasell also has the Ice Palace big key, so he's got that weighing on his mind too. He's probably gonna be so annoyed. Like, I was just there, man.
Yeah, and he still has to get that small key for Tower of Hera out of ice, so time to get more potions.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind
Yeah.
of the only way he. I mean, I don't know. There is a tree above the Village of Outcasts portal, or I guess above the Kakariko portal, that does have full magic if you bonk up against it.
Long
Well, he's
Road
going
Gaming
for
just
rock.
made a point. Long Road Gaming just made a point in chat. The small key for Total Rock can't be on Vitreous because you'd be soft locked if you went the other way around and got the lava chest.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Could be an entire Hera basement. No.
I'm gonna be real saucy and say that the lava chest of Turtle Rock has a Turtle Rock small key.
Oh, that would be just a pain. Well, we can definitely say this seed is not making it easy on these two runners.
It's almost like it's a hard difficulty.
All right, moment of truth, because Hahasell's probably going to go to Tribex as well.
Get to see some vanilla strats on Vitreous here. Oh, that's scaring me. Just drink a potion, man.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
It's not worth it, dude. Oh,
yeah,
my heart.
there it is. Oh,
this is a red ruby.
We gotta go to the Tower of Hera basement now.
So, and for those who are just joining us, you in Turtle Rock, you found the big key to Ice Palace, which has the Tower of Hera small key in the big chest of Ice Palace. Hahasell did not have that big key when he dove Ice Palace. He has since cleared Turtle Rock and has the big key, but he will have to make a trip back into Ice Palace to get the Tower of Hera small key. Honestly, they probably, if I had to make a guess, Osse probably skipped Hera because he had already cleared it, whereas with Meyer, he could go get a crystal. So if the basement of Hera has progression, that's going to be bad for Hahasell, but honestly, I don't know where else progression can be at this point. Ooh, nice double tap on the dead rock. Awesome.
Well, now we get to see the basement of Hera.
I mean, it's got to be progression. I don't think the only other place progression can be is in the vanilla big key chest of pod.
I'm guessing the bow has to be here. Or the shovel to go get the bow. Because that's all that's needed now to take down Eastern. Or Aga Tower is chat's playing now too. Cast the tower small key to get to the bow.
Give me a Turtle Rock small key. That's what I want to see here.
Moment of truth.
Turtle Rock.
Oh, it's the bow.
Ah, dang.
Oh, the siege just finally gave up. Said, "All right, here you go. Take your bow and get out of here."
So
now,
I believe
Osse is in go mode.
Not quite. We still need the Desert Palace big key.
Oh yeah, because you gotta get the Gan Tower big key. Well, I'm sure if the seed's giving in, Eastern Palace, Armos Knights is going to have Desert Palace big key.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, we found a hint in, I think, Tower of Hera that told us the big key was in Desert Palace.
It was in Tower of Hera was the hit, yeah. I mean, that's where we just found the bow to be able to get the big key to get the Gan Tower.
Yeah, and this means that Hahasell has to go back into Ice Palace to check the big chest, so he can get the Tower of Hera small key, so he can get the bow out of the basement of Tower of Hera.
He's gonna go take on Vitreous now. I can see why he's putting that off too, because that's a long walk just to get to that chest.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a hammer yump and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, this isn't an all dungeon seed, although with it being Kisanity, some people would say, you know, tomato. All dungeons, Kisanity.
Yes, you have to dip in all the dungeons as it is just to be able to find the keys.
Oh, Hahasell just found the small key to Castle Tower. He will likely check that before diving back into Ice Palace. I know I would.
Yeah, it seems too tempting. You know, chat just pointing something out. That would be evil. The Desert Palace big key was in Ganon's Tower.
Oh, man.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it can be. Perfectly logical.
There are a couple of other troll locations that Hahasell has open to him, so he could go check the vanilla big key chest of pod. Hahasell hasn't checked the big chest in EP. He now has the Castle Tower small chest open to him. There are a lot of one-off locations that Hahasell could check that are quicker than going back to the Ice Palace big chest.
Yep, that's just putting that off longer and longer now. Now chat's saying Tower Room Desert Palace big key now. Oh, that would be terrible. Go against Tower, have to go through Tower Room just get the Desert Palace big key.
I want Shovel to be in Tower Room. And then let's go dig up the Desert Palace big key.
Well, Hahasell is nice for you. Use the potion so you wouldn't have an heart attack. Oh, small key to Turtle Rock. Now we're going back.
Yes.
Well, this seed decided to be nice giving the bow, but now it's making them go back to Turtle Rock. For what, the third, fourth time?
Although we do have all of our crystals right now, right? So we could just go straight into Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, we could.
Hahasell getting his red rupee and now realizing that he has a bunch of options, none of which are super great.
No, because with this, even though it's Key Sandy and it's not technically a fetch quest, having to go back and forth to Turtle Rock is pretty much a fetch quest right now.
Yeah, if I were him, I think the because I think he only has a bunch of one-off locations. I'd probably check Pod Vanilla Big Key Chest and then mirror into
Going to Castle Tower.
But yeah, I mean, any option is as good as any. See what Osse does. Do you check the lava chest or do you go to Ganon's Tower?
I would go check the lava chest.
Tower.
Oh, going to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, I would go to Ganon's Tower. Like 22 locations versus that one that takes forever to get to.
Oh yeah, but with that one location is the one that you need to get to.
Yeah, the real question would be, if you find something like Shovel in Ganon's Tower, do you check that or do you make a run to a lava chest?
Well, if we're going for the Big Key in Desert Palace, does that mean we can play the Big Key game in Ganon's Tower?
Probably not.
I'm gonna say it's being the first chest. Nope. Maybe it's. Oh, we're going full right. As I say, maybe Bob's Torch, but. Need a Desert Palace Big Key because the Ganon Tower Big Keys in Desert Palace. We checked the small key locations, and the only thing left is either the big key chest, or the Lamolus. So we need the big key either way to get the Ganon Tower Big Key.
Yeah, no, I also only found 10 arrows in Castle Tower. He is making the correct call now, though, and getting that.
There's a shovel.
Oh, there's a shovel.
Now, do you leave and go, or you keep looking?
I mean, you got to keep looking. You don't nope out after a shovel. I think you clear Ganon's Tower, then you check the Turtle Rock lava chest, then you check shovel.
Well, we got some blue potion on Bob's Torch.
That's nice.
Well, Hahasell's in the right spot at least.
Man, I really hope we find the Skull Woods Big Key at some point in here.
Oh man,
that's another troll location that
I forgot. Yeah, forgot all about that. Now we're the seed of the so trolly. We're just thinking of all the other trolley locations that it hasn't gotten to yet.
Like, you leave GT with the option for lava chest at Turtle Rock, shovel, or Skull Woods Big Chest.
Options, options, and more options. Ped is dead. Ped just had some pocket change. Chat saying the shovel leads to the Skull Woods Big Key, which then leads to the Desert Palace Big Key.
Let's just get into Sphere 30 while we're at it.
Up there. Oh, it's Desert Palace.
Oh, it's Desert Palace Big Key. So Osse is now in go mode.
Yep. Osse's in go mode.
And he knows it.
Oh, yeah. Got that mirror out and it's gone.
I was so hoping that would be the Skull Woods Big Key.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I didn't want to confirm it until I saw it, but yep.
One nice thing about this routing, Osse can actually leave that portal there. Never mind, he's going to use a Dark World to access Desert. We found a hint early in the seed that told us the Ganon's Tower big key was in desert.
Now, is it going to be in the chest and be nice, or is he got to go all the way to Lemolis to get it?
Honestly, this is kind of a weird thought, but it would actually be kind of nice for Osse if it was on Landmo, because then he could clear Landmo and get the magic and health refill.
Well, what we got? We got big key, and there you go. I would laugh if that was Skull with big key.
Well, it had to be the Ganon's Tower big key. Well, I don't know.
No,
It could have been Skull.
Lambo. Yeah, Lambo could have been the Ganon's Tower. That would have been fun. Get your heart racing because you think you finally found it, and then, no. Yep.
So I don't know if it would have actually been faster, but if Osse had used the book to access desert, he would still have that portal right outside Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, he would have. But he wouldn't go wait around for that book.
So Hahasell has his bow and is now going to clean up both Eastern and Pie.
And it looks like Fluffy Mittens in chat was keeping track, and that was number 16 spot for the Desert Palace Big Key. So whoever picked 16, they got it. I mean, in a way, we got to play the Ganon Tower Big Key game, in a way. Oh, there's your magic refill. I always forget that was down there.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, why take that warp? That warp is slower, but I completely forgot about the full magic. That's really heads up routing from Osse there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna save him big time in here. He can use that blue potion he found for later on. And Hahasell's going back into Eastern because he got his bow and he's gonna go take on Armos. And be really upset when he finds out Armos doesn't have anything.
I'm gonna have to ask Osse. I wonder if it ever occurred to him to steal a key. Because he didn't make that play, and I wonder if it was ever in the back of his mind that he should have done that.
Yes, it looked like he was going to, but then he stopped and decided to leave earlier, so it might have been a thought.
Depending on how Osse plays the gauntlet, he might need to be a little cautious of his arrow count. Although I do think there actually is an arrow pot in the anti-fairy room right before Moldorm 2.
Also, right after you kill Lambo 2, you get a 5-arrow refill, so you'll be good.
Yeah, and to answer a question in chat, we do have silver arrows for both of our runners, but because this is hard mode, ooh, nice fairy. Because this is hard mode, they're only effective in Ganon's Tower. Get the arrow pot. You're making me nervous, Osse.
Well, yeah, I guess you're going to have a chit-chat with him. It's like, is it your plan to give the commentators a heart attack?
He refuses to drink potions. He refuses to get arrows. The NMG runner in me is just flinching.
He'll get a 5 arrows after this. He'll have 13. And with that, Lambo's down.
Yeah, very nice 2-cycle. Also getting his small key to Turtle Rock.
He's like, not again.
Probably thinking, oh great. Yeah, this is just one of the interesting quirks of Keysanity. Like, depending on what order you check chests, you can have a very different experience on a seed from your opponent. And really, the game changer for this seed was the fact that Osse dove Turtle Rock before diving Ice Palace.
Even though he had to go back in Turtle Rock a few times, still, neither one get away from the triple dip of Turtle Rock. And Osse playing it smart using the lantern there.
Yeah, that's a bad room to run out of magic in, although there is a full magic decanter in the room below.
Speaking of full magic, and Modorm 2. Down with such elegant ease. Hahasell's back in pod.
Yeah, Hahasell opting to mirror out of the Bowlock side instead of just jumping down with the hammer. I'm guessing maybe he left the chest back here to check?
Yeah, the one south of the turtle room. He didn't have the other key like Osse did when he came through.
Oh. Osse entering the Aga 2 fight. This is my least favorite fight in the game. Everybody makes this look so easy. And I can't get it. Something about the angles, man.
Have you done it with a hammer?
Oh, no.
I saw someone do it with a hammer. It took about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, don't tell my opponents, but I hate swordless.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me in chat.
Very
as long
nice
as
a 2 fight.
As long as none of your opponents watches the VOD, you have nothing to worry about. And now on to Ganon. Temper Sword, Silver Arrows, shouldn't be a long fight.
Yeah, at least one blue potion in case something goes south.
Well, we at least get to see what's on Helmasaur.
Ooh, Osse getting the... Oh, that's an awkward place for Ganon to be at.
Yeah.
He did get the 1 cycle. Let's see if he gets the 1-in-1. With the dash strats, he should be just fine.
Oh, cutting it close there with the health.
He did get the 1-in-1, though.
Ganon. Yeah. As long as he doesn't hug Ganon, he should be okay.
Of course, he could drink a potion and just erase all of the tension, but he's not going to do it.
Why would he do that? Especially after the Vitreous fight.
All the safeties in the world, but never uses them.
Oh, now he might. Yep.
Thank you so much.
One hit away, he kind of had to there. Oh,
ooh, nice setup.
To hit. And there's a triple, and there
wow.
You have it.
Get your
just don't walk off the edge.
Double ball skill.
Nice. Oh, look, just a compass on LSR for Tower of Hero at that.
In case you forgot what was there.
Man,
that forgot about that place.
GG to Osse with the official SRL time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 25 seconds. GG's in chat. And also, looks like Hahasell has forfeited. So let's see if we can get on both end to have a chit chat with us. Hello there, Osse.
Hello.
How'd you enjoy that nice double, triple dip of dungeons?
Yeah, double, triple dips of many, many dungeons. Thinking back, I didn't actually... I mean, I did a pretty good job of full clearing where I could. Like, ice,
yeah, yeah. It was just those...
That was really bad.
It was just those last couple items, keys that were just keeping hidden from you on that boat. All the routing was good.
Yeah. Routing wise, I think I made a mistake skipping Mire when I was in the area. And so I didn't get boots right away. And I had to dip it anyway because it had Ice Rod.
Oh, it was funny when you went. Hahasell was going into Mire, so as soon as you saw the hint that a unique item was in Mire, we're sitting there looking like, okay, which unique item? Is it going to be something really good or is it going to be something okay? Then he just hit the triple jackpot.
Sorry to interrupt, but we are also joined with Hahasell. GG, man.
Yo, GG.
GG, Hahasell.
Great race.
Yep, GG. Great race.
So one question I want to ask. Hahasell opted to steal a key for the right side of desert. Osse, you did not. So my question is, first off, Osse, did you ever regret not stealing a key, or was it ever in your back of your mind that you should have done that? And also, Hahasell, what was going through your mind before you found the Desert Palace small key? Like, were you worried that was going to come back and bite you? And we'll start off with Hahasell.
So I was still really worried that Desert was a crystal and that was really going to come back to bite me. The second I got the Desert map, I wanted to check it, and it turned out it was a pendant. I was really happy, but it still meant that I needed the big key and potentially the small key if we had to fight Lamos for it, but fortunately that wasn't the case.
Osse, what about you? Did you ever regret not trying to steal the small key?
So in this situation, normally I would steal the small key. I just forgot about it until I'd already entered Desert. And then it's just really slow, like leaving, going to the back, and going back in and all the way to the right side to check the items.
Got it.
And like there was a good chance of getting the Ganon Star key off of that, but then there's still the smaller chance that I'd need the small key to get to fight Lamo.
Yeah, so I don't know how much you've gleaned from watching the VODs, but there were two big game-changing moments that happened here. The first, Osse, you were first to get flippers, and Hahasell went to the Zora area but did not have the money for flippers. So that was the first major divergence. Fortunately, Hahasell got bottlenecked pretty soon after by the flippers. Second was, Osse, you dove Turtle Rock before diving ice. And I can't remember, I think that might have meant an extra TR dive for you. But
Yeah,
I can't remember if you dove it twice, two or three times. But because of that, you had the big key when you went to ice, so you were able to get the Hera basement key. Hahasell had to make an extra trip into ice solely to get that small key out of the big chest.
Yeah, I think I had Oh, go ahead.
So looking back on the routing on this, it seemed kind of dependent on how you did your mountain climbs. Like my first trip, I got the hook shot, and that really helped my swamp, except for the big chest, I guess. But then the dark mountain, you get the big keys, so swamp big key and ice big key, and then they just lead to progression themselves. But if you went to the dungeons first, then you'd be stuck.
Cool. Well, unfortunately, we do have an event that is taking place shortly after this race, so we do have to start wrapping up pretty soon here.
I just have one question, and it's for the P-Train's sake, for Osse. Do you just like living on the edge of danger and waiting till the very last second to use a potion to refill the health and give the commentators a slight heart attack?
No, I actually play pretty safe. I heard you were commenting on my Vitreous fight, and
Yeah.
that's something. I guess I've only started doing that recently. The NMG Vitreous fight. It's pretty safe. Like once you've practiced it a bit.
Yeah, I think you finished Vitreous on a heart and a half, and then you got down to a heart and a half on Ganon as well. And I was just like, dude, drink the potion, please. But yeah, it was a very, very fun race to watch. It was interesting to see the back and forth. You got flippers first, but Hahasell got boots first, and just watching the back and forth there was really fun. Osse, do you have any final thoughts on the seed before we wrap up?
Not really. Tricky seed.
How about you, Hahasell?
Yeah. I mean, I have not seen a key sanity seed like this in a very, very long time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for commentating. Thanks to our tracker tonight, and thank you, chat, for being here, as always.
Yeah, absolutely. This was one of the more breadcrumb seeds, I guess, if I want to use that as an adjective, that I've seen in a very long time. So very, very fun to watch. Special thanks to Shondas. I appreciated commentating with you. To, I'm going to say Hahasell, and hope I pronounced that right, for tracking. This would literally be impossible without you. I love trackers. You guys really help us out a lot. And yeah, this was very fun to watch. So, Shondas, do you have anything you want to mention before we sign off?
Just want to let chat know that there's a Zelda 2 tournament that's going to be starting immediately after this. If you want to stick around for the Zelda 2 randomizer, it will be coming on this channel as soon as we wrap up on this. And thank you guys for the race. It was a very good race, and as you said, featuring, thank you for co-commentating, and thank you, Hahasell, for tracking. Kept us on our toes, and it was just all around great race. It was real fun.